Phone hacks they don't want you to know about. Part 3. If you're seeing this message pop up on your phone, do not buy more storage. Instead, download Darksea. This app scans your phone and deletes duplicate photos and videos to clear up space. You'll be shocked to see how much faster your phone runs, and you won't have to pay for that extra cloud storage anymore.
This is not a filter.
And we said the left arm spinners would hold the key. It's exactly what they're doing. Kenji Gay and Harmeet Singh, they've got 3 wickets between them.
Well, when you don't score against the bowlers you're supposed to score against, then you're forced to score against the best bowlers. This is Goshamala struggling to get off Jesse Singh, and that's about the pressure that's caused that moment where you saw Nash Kenji get Rod Bottle. Bottle, he's looking to just try to invent some sort of stroke. He's on 1 run. He's played 8 deliveries, and he's just missed it through and through. It's probably hit right on off stump and sliding on to middle. It's a very good decision on first glance, and Nash Kenji he takes the reward of that pressure.
Russell Warren really is given nothing unless he's been absolutely certain. And the finger went up quickly too. Get another look at it here. Probably actually hit the back shoulder as much as anything, isn't it? But the question's going to be on height here, isn't it? It's impacted in line, certainly. I know he's a long way down, but it's a strange one. You can be, if you're wondering about the law, you can be leg before wicket off any part of your body, barring the gloves and the wristband of those gloves, and the bat, of course. So the glove is the only part of your body you can't be LBW off. You could even, in theory, be hitting the helmet in front of the stumps if you ducked into a slower ball or something. Arif Sheikh, it's going to be in at number 6, the Iceman. Oh, he's got an awful lot on his plate this time. He played so positively the other day. He gets off the mark immediately. Finger went up straight away, didn't it? And I think we'll see it again after this delivery. I agree with you in terms of the line. The question will just have been on the bounce. Now, we don't have a side on camera, so that's not going to necessarily be able to be demonstrated very well, but it has probably hit him up on the kind of back shoulder, has it? Going up. We'll get another look now. As Mala does get a single down the ground. He's not tall either. That's the other thing you have to remember, Rod Powell. What's this hit? Let's get a look. It's the shoulder. So the question is that bouncing enough to go over the top? I think it's definitely going to be okay on line. The finger went up very quickly.
I think the big thing is he was reaching all the way down. You could see over half the stump on the way up. I reckon it's probably going enough just to hit the top of, probably off in middle stump, I reckon.
Shoulder before wicket.
First row time for everything in there.
I don't think I've seen one of those before. Watched so much cricket though, I may have missed one. SBW.
SBW. Write that in there. Scores wherever you are. Write it in there. SBW.
That's the arm ball down the leg side, tickled away for a single. But yeah, just in case you're wondering, particularly if you're a Nepal fan, well, hold on, that can't be out. It didn't hit his leg. It doesn't have to hit the leg. You could be LBW off your forearm. For example, I've seen that happen before. So the naming of the leg before wicket is a little bit anodyne or inaccurate, if you will. It's kind of body before wicket, any part of the body that's not the bat or the gloves. So it's a wicket from the over and 4 runs. USA, they are tightening their grasp on this game, and they are very much looking good to close out what would be a series-ending win for them. As we get to the end of the 31st, it's 114 for 4. We might see a little wild card go to here. No, thought it might have been Aaron Jones who's going to bowl. It's going to be Utkarsh Shrivastava who'll return to the attack.
And again, you have to take advantage of Utkarsh Shrivastava here. He's bowled very well, and he's done the basics right. He's done the Kushamala role, really. Go hit one spot, and just hit that spot, and let the batters do what they may. If you're Kushamala, you're in for 40 deliveries. Yes, it is the ball that's going to spin away from you, but you have to find a way to score against it. Whether that's using your feet to get to the pitch of the ball, or moving across your stumps to access fine leg. Whatever you have to do, you have to find a way to score runs, because this required run rate is starting to really climb.
It's very quickly going to become 10 and over if they don't change something soon. Barely played a shot in anger, is he, Mala? Can't think of a single risk that he's taken, apart from that cut shot for 4. As far as I can remember, that was his only boundary as well. This is a guy who strikes at over 90 in ODI cricket career-wise. At one point, probably less than a year ago, he was striking at about 170 in T20 cricket. But that's how the game works now. You get assessed, you get analysed almost to death by the opposition, so they see where your strengths are. The reverse sweep comes out straight to the man. So if they know your strengths and the opposition refuse to bowl to them, then you've got to evolve your game and find other ways to score. So you think of how good he is to full deliveries. Mala needs to find a way to score not from really short ones, but from length deliveries, whether it's to give himself some room, whether it's to target another part of the ground. But there hasn't even really been any shots in anger from him. Now that's the shot of authority all the way for 6. Much more like it. And it's Arif Sheikh, whose career strike rate's the polar opposite, in the high 50s, early 60s, who's saying, we've got to start getting moving here. I'm full of confidence, and I'll get off to my first boundary, the maximum.
And again, it's good intent. Use of the feet. It's what he did against Scotland to get player of the match.
He's the first batter we've seen to use his feet to the spinners. And there is zero risk to this shot because it's an off spinner. He's not really turning it much, bowling the ball into you. Or there's zero risk in terms of using your feet. Of course, he's got to get enough elevation if you're going to take the aerial route over mid-wicket. He's probably actually trying to go a bit straighter. He's dragged it a bit, but he still has enough muscle to get it over the rope. Defensive shot from Mala. Do you not think Mala should go at him here? Say, I'll go out inside out over extra. I'll make it 2 boundaries in the over. Get rid of Shrivastava from the attack. Dead ball will be signalled. Mala not ready. There might have been a word from Jahangir. He apologises.
Yeah, Kushamala's got to pick it up here. Again, whether that's to go over cow corner, where there's a long on, if you can get it away from him, you got 4. But even that's full. That's full enough for him to be able to slog sweep. He plays that shot so beautifully. You go over extra cover, but he's just instead played 1. Yes, you get 9 because of the shake 6, but you could have had way more. And when you're behind on the run rate, you have to take advantage of every single delivery.
32 bowled. It's very nearly the perfect score for a cricket commentator. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Just missing the 5th wicket. It's one we always look out for in the commentary box here, so you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as you're calling the over. Nosh Kenjigate will continue. He's into his 8th. Well, you do wonder when Mala is going to start going at Kenjigate. It's been a very subdued innings. Every shot is a check down shot, isn't it? Not one of any aggression or intent. Unless Mala's saying, I know we can get 10 and over off the last 15 in the last 14. Yeah, we're perplexed. They're behind by 44 on Duckworth Lewis Stern. They're looking in all sorts of trouble. But Arif Sheikh might just be the man to start to get things moving. He's going at everything. You can see it's very different. I know he's only been in there 7 balls.
Yeah, and again, it's about the intent that you're seeing on display. Sheikh is trying to push 4 runs. While we've seen from Kushamala, he's willing to just let the game go by.
Oh, that's a great shot. He's not going to get 4, but it could be. It's a mix-up. It's a real mix-up. Mala's going to have to go back here. And he does get back. Oh, dear. Well, that kind of shows the headspace that Kushal Mala's in. Complete miscommunication. Arif Sheikh was a bit slow to turn. There probably was 2 if they both went immediately. They almost ended up at the same end.
There's probably 2 on offer if you're off quick, because of the fact that Mukamala had to move well out to his left. You see that par score there, 169. They're well below that. And Kushamala on strike now. The keys are, again, what is your intent to score? You can score 10 and over from the last shove. We've seen Scotland do it, but it was a different surface. This surface is
No one knows where they came from. An ancient evil.
Or something like that. Yeah, there's a bit of blood coming out of the chin. Don't worry, Nosh. It'll make you even better looking at it.
little battle scar.
Little battle scar. Oh, you got told that, didn't you, when you got hurt in a sport? Your mum would say to you, don't worry. I love that. You might have to go off here, actually, just to get that patched up. Russell Warren saying, can't have blood on the pitch here. You're going to have to go off. And that might take him out of the next over, which would almost sort of force a change. Waving to the physio. Is a subfielder going to come on? Because that would take Kenjic out of the attack, most likely. Looks like, will it be... Where's Yasser Mohammed? Or is he going to stay on? Because he wants to keep bowling. He's gone off. And on comes Yasser Mohammed to deep cover. Shadi Vanchkalkvik's only bowled 3 overs so far. They need to get him back into action. Well, I don't know where to go for Nepal from here. It's been a perplexing chase in so many ways.
Yeah, they haven't timed it well. Again, you can understand if you were getting 3-4 runs and over, pick it up to 5 and you're just easing your way through, setting yourself up on what looks to be a good wicket. That's not this. This is lots of pressure being built up, not taking advantage of bad deliveries, and now the run rate's way up on a surface that's dying out. Runs will be hard to come by in the last 10. You had to do work early.
Lovely fluent drive from Arif Sheikh, who has just come to the crease with intent. We haven't seen any intent from the non-striker's end. Mala's been given a life. Would you like him just to really throw caution to the wind and start to have a go at everything? There's still batters to come.
Have a go. He doesn't need to go and play rash shots. He doesn't need to force it, but play through covers. Go play over the top of point. If it's full, look to hit it down the ground. You've seen him almost just be content with tucking it away for one. That's not going to cut it now.
Going to run a quick single, throw well wide the stumps, and all of a sudden, just from a couple of bits of intent, there's a bit of pressure back on USA. Just a 2 and a 1. Nothing that's really changed in the game. USA still miles ahead of it, but getting the fans into it. Mala, you feel like someone needs to shake him and get him into action and say, we know how good you are. Come on, it's time for you to show it.
Look at the fans there. Look at the little fan in attendance. He's not facing it right now. He's too nervous to watch. But that's what RF Sheikh does. Again, he came in against the Scotland game, scored a half century through intent, got the game back, and you could see just found a little bit of rhythm, put pressure back on Scotland. He seems to be doing something similar to the USA. Now can Mala capitalize? The fans are behind him. RF Sheikh is behind him. He just has to get some runs behind him.
Okay, no timing, but he's trying to get there. I think Van Schalkwijk's going to be clever here, isn't he? He's going to mix up. That was an on-pace delivery, but he'll bowl plenty of cutters now. And what we saw in the last 10, if you take away that final over where it was Harmeet Singh that gave that real boost to USA, but between the 40th and the 49th, they only put on 64. So it's not easy in the last 10 because the wicket is wearing. Might think of 2 here. They should get it pretty easily. Perfectly weighted. So if you try to work backwards here, Aman, and you say we're going to struggle to get 100 off the last 10, well, they've got to go now, don't they?
You have to. If you're going to struggle to get 100 off the last 10, you need 154. Maybe a little touch under 154 now, but you have a long ways to go in this chase, and it's only going to get tougher because Netravalkar is going to come in and bowl cutters. Same with Van Schalkwyk.
Finally, it's the free flow of the arms that Nepal fans know and love. It's vintage Kushal Malla. I don't want to say back to his best because he hasn't even shown a semblance of that in this innings. He's been given a life. Could the USA come to rue it? That's a good piece of clever targeted cricket. Mid-off up in the circle, over his head, 6 all the way.
This is the width he's been given. Van Schalkwyk looks to go pace off, but with that width, on that length, Kushal Malla has the license and the freedom to free the hands. That's brilliant batting for Malla. Has to do more of that.
And now he's going to get 2 more, and all of a sudden, they've got a big over. And listen to the noise around this place. You'd think it's close to capacity. We've only got 700 or 800 in, and they're loving every second. The chase is on as we get to the second drinks break. And we'll have a break here too in the commentary box. This game, I don't know where it's going. And I don't think wherever you're watching from, you'll be able to predict where it goes either. Don't go anywhere too far. It's 138 for 4.
3 mistakes of using iPhone, I bet you don't know. Deleting photos by yourself. Buying iCloud storage. Throw away and buy a new phone. You can use this app. 1. Get rid of duplicate photos. 2. Clean cache junk. 3. Delete duplicate contacts.
Check your heart rate in just 10 seconds. Real-time heart rate monitor. Try the app for free.
What will you choose? Use only your phone to measure your heart rate. Real-time heart rate monitor. Check your heart rate in just 10 seconds. Real-time heart rate monitor. Try the app for free.
Use only your phone to measure your heart rate. Real-time heart rate monitor. Try the app for free. Use only your phone to measure your heart rate. Real-time heart rate monitor. Try the app for free.
From Nether Volker. The Nepal fans love it. It's a cutter on a length. And Arif Sheikh has just sat in his crease, picked it up, and dispatched it for 6.
Well, what is this we're witnessing? Arif Sheikh 2.0, is it? Never really had the notoriety or ability to clear the ropes with real ease. He's been known as an accumulator. A guy who's very good in clutch, difficult situations. But all of a sudden, this game has just changed again. What a shot. Almighty strike from Arif Sheikh. And he's gone. Fuller, and a great catch by Nosh Kenjige at backward point. It flew to him, it went so quickly. 6 and out for Arif Sheikh. His little cameo comes to an end.
You can't fault the intent, but how many times has Nosh Kenjige done this for the USA? Pulled together a pretty fantastic catch. Again, clever piece of bowling. He went slower, wider, and that was just flashed away. But Kenjige's gone upstairs. It's almost looked like what Garrett Wilson did on Thursday Night Football for the New York Jets. Again, it's always rising on him. He's done quite well to get upstairs. Very quick delivery, and look how much it means to him. You can see the big celebration come out. The USA knew this was the danger man. And 6 and out. Have Nepal let this game slip away yet again. 21 off 13. A nice little cameo. But now, have to find runs from somewhere else to Nepal.
Yeah, Arif Sheikh. Very short, but very sweet, wasn't it? 21 off 13. Here comes Dipender Singh Airi. Well, we were totally bemused by his lack of use with the ball. On a wearing wicket, with 2 left-handers at the crease, he somehow only bowled 1 over in the whole innings. He'll come in, number 45 on his back. He'll need at least that many runs to give Nepal any chance here. Man, we've spoken a few times about the memes that go in and around the huge fanaticism that attracts this Nepal national team. Got the great nickname, the Cardiac Kids, which I think sums them up beautifully. And that meme with the graph of the "we are back" or "we are so back" at the very peaks of it to "we are gone" or "what's going on."
It's never been more over.
Never been more over at the bottom. Where are they on that graph? It seems to have been pulsating up and down again through this entire contest.
Well, really, through the last 2 balls in the wicket in the 6th, it's never been more back. And now we're so gone. It's never been more over.
It is a roller coaster of emotions, isn't it? As again it goes to the backward point fielder. Kenjige does well. Good change of bowling from Manik Patel, getting Netravalkar back in. Former captain. And as we so often see, a wicket just stems the runs. 3 dots. 15 remain, 146 for 5. Nepal are only just past the halfway stage of what they require. And you'd think they're going to need something pretty special from these two, and maybe a little cameo from Gulshan Jah to come. It's 146 for 5. And if you just look at the runworm here, it's starting to trend in the right direction, but they've got so much work to do still, Nepal.
Yeah, they do. Again, you just see that late flurry up towards that USA dark blue line, but the big problem is the wickets that have fallen. USA lost wickets towards the tail end. They held wickets together in hand, similar to what Scotland did just 48 hours ago. But Nepal have lost wickets in consistent intervals leading into the last 15. So now you have to score. A lot of it will rest on Kulshamala, but not only do you have to score, you have to find a way to keep your wickets in hand.
Really, the only bowler who's been costly has been Shadivan Skalkvik, who's in the attack here. Kushal Malla can't afford another lull, can he? He's really got to start going at it. He's been out there for, well, over 52 balls, but he's probably been out there for well over an hour.
And what he's going to get is back of a length or on a length deliveries. USA aren't going to pitch it up to him, so he's got to find a way to innovate himself into run scoring opportunities, whether that's to attack Van Skalkvik with his feet or sit in the crease.
Great lengths again. All these dots are a byproduct of clever bowling in terms of plans from the American side, but also then clever execution. And it wasn't as though Nepal didn't know where to bowl to USA, but just that they couldn't actually execute that, it seemed like today.
Yeah, it's half and half, right? The planning's got to be right on, but if you don't execute the plan, your plans will never work, and that's what Nepal have experienced throughout the ODI leg of this tour. They just haven't been consistently able to execute.
Bit of width on offer, slashed straight to the man and taken. Sanjay Krishnamurthy holds on, maybe not the greatest delivery, but all Kushal Malla could do was pick out the man in the deep, and Nepal slide further. They've lost 2 and 2 overs, and well, that could be that for Nepal. USA likely to hold the wood over them yet again, as Sanjay Krishnamurthy takes a very good catch.
And quick on his feet there, Krishnamurthy. Yeah, a bit of width from Van Skalkvik, but the key thing was the length here. He kept the length back so Malla couldn't step onto the front foot and just hit through the line. He had to work on the back foot and try to power it through cover. Well, he has so much power, he just hasn't been able to manufacture it whilst on the back foot. And that time, all he could do was just slice it straight up. Didn't get any middle on it. And Krishnamurthy's done well getting to the ball, getting underneath it, and keeping his hands underneath it. That's a big catch. Already given a life, Gulshamala couldn't capitalize. And the USA, they see the finish line now.
Yeah, you'd probably go as far as to say, is this the last chance? Just the 1-4 and the 1-6 for Kushal Malla. He had that life dropped off his own bowling by Nosh Kenjige. He's gone for 33. Strange old innings, wasn't it? 2 new men at the crease, both on 0. Both very accomplished. The problem is, it's probably a bit like what we've seen in that Malla innings. This pitch is just starting to die, isn't it? It's the 6th innings on it. It's starting to fade away. USA have bowled cleverly on it. They've exploited the lack of pace. There's still 4 overs of Harmeet Singh to come as well. Manik Patel has cleverly kept those up his sleeve. And everything is going USA's way now. You think of the problems that USA had at the death against Scotland because of the 6th bowler being used, because of the way in which Manik Patel has rotated his bowlers today. He's not going to have those issues. So it's not even like there's a kind of weak Achilles heel to come here for the home side. And really, they just need to play What an air of decent cricket here. This game will be all but over.
Every bowling option is overs left. Kenjige and Harmeet Singh, they've got 6 across them. You've got 5 for Venchkalkvik after this. As the overthrow won't cost them any runs. You still have 4 from Venchkalkvik, 3 from Jesse Singh. So Maulik Patel's actually managed his bowlers quite brilliantly today to give him every option, whether he wants to go spin, whether that's off spin or the away spin from the right-hander, or if he wants to go pace, if it's Jesse Singh, sheer side of pace, if he tells enough to bowl, whether it's the left arm seam or whether it's the cutters of Venchkalkvik. He's got every option in the book. And so for Nepal, they have to be able to identify which bowlers are we going to attack. He has everyone he can go to. We have to be able to pick up two of the lot that we're going to go and be able to find 10 runs and over off of.
Yeah, whatever happens from here is Venchkalkvik completes a great over, just the 1 run from it, and the wicket, the big wicket of Kushal Malla, 147 for 6. Whatever happens from here for Nepal, I think naturally, a lot of the fans are going to look at the batting and say, oh, well, this is where we've lost the game. Look at these wickets that have fallen. Jesse Singh cleaning up Asif Sheikh. And then Kushal Patel looking for the sweep shot, not getting to protect in line. Harmeet Singh pumped up. That was probably the one that was, well, was it the softest of them with the giveaway from Anil Shah?
Yeah, you have to reckon. And then Rohit Bado, just the pressure building between him and Kushal Malla, unable to find many runs. And this one, just as Arif Sheikh started to get going, Nash Kenjige plucks that one out of the air, and then all that pressure building on Malla, just holes out, trying to take the next step, trying to take the next level.